Hey guys, Scott Dispel here, dispelmusic.com. Welcome to my humble studio here on the cold shores of Lake Erie. Today, we're going to share a little bit about what's going on with our upcoming album, Inferno. Alright guys, welcome to my studio. If you like anything Gothic or medieval or Darkwave or Gothic rock, or if you really just wish you were wearing a suit of chainmail right now or playing Dungeons and Dragons, you're in the right spot. Those are the things we love, and that's what we write our music about. So today I wanted to update you on what's going on with our upcoming album, Inferno. Here it is. So we've got the album cover. And this was done by Claudia Bezik, a talented artist out of Poland. So this is really an international project. We have an artist from Poland, our guitarist Leo from Maldorans in Germany, our singer Raven C is in South Africa, and we also have another artist that's going to be helping us with an animated music video, and his name's Barry. He's in South Africa. He's going to be doing a new logo for us, and he's also going to be doing the reverse side of the album cover. So a lot of fun things going on. Really excited about it, you know, especially when you work on something so hard and the pieces start coming together. It's a pretty amazing experience. With that being said, if you would like to support our endeavors, there's a link below where there is a link where you could purchase our first CD. It's called Lore. So this was our first CD, and a digital download comes with all orders of the CD, or you can choose just to get the digital download, which is less than $10. So any support for that you give us will go back into this new album, Inferno. So I'm happy to say that our singer Raven C just finished her master's degree for music therapy, and this weekend we are going to start recording vocals for our upcoming EP, which is called Past the Gates, and it's going to be the prequel to the Inferno album. So it's going to feature some mixes that are not going to be anywhere else. So we've got a few songs that have acoustic versions and Darkwave mixes, and then the album mix, which are Gothic rock and guitar oriented. So there's going to be some variety there, and we're going to be working on new content to share with you guys, so we're pretty excited about that. What's going on here in Cleveland? It is definitely winter. We just got dumped on with 2 feet of snow, so old man winter is here, and what a great time to work on music. So for those of you who stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to play some music from the new album. In the meantime, if you haven't hit like and subscribe, please do so. That really helps us out because it helps us with YouTube's algorithm, so they start showing our music and content to more people, and that helps us because we're trying to get our music out there to the world. So what I wanted to share with you today in particular was I had a chance to work with a Grammy winning sound engineer out of South Africa. So it turns out South Africa has really become a creative hub for us, which is a pretty interesting thing. I never saw that in the future. I did not see that developing, and it's funny how it did. And I think there's just this creative vibe in South Africa that really hasn't been tapped into, whereas in the U.S. there's really no middle ground. You know, especially with COVID, it's extremely difficult to you know, meet with creative people outside of your cities and stuff. But somehow through Raven C, we were clearly able to tap into that into South Africa, and it's just been flourishing for us. So I wanted to share a video I did with Kieth. He's an amazing sound engineer, and we kind of worked together on one of the mixes. So I'm going to show you some footage of that for those of you who like behind the scene footage, or those of you who are really interested in the intricacies behind studio engineering and sound production. So I'm going to share that with you now.
I've got a VSC, I've got a, this has got a very, this is like a transient sort of, it's the transient polisher preset on this VSC2. So it's basically, you can see the attack is very fast. and the release is fast as well. So all that does is just whenever if she belts, if she's, or rather if she's sort of kind of trying to find a line the way she's doing it, where it kicks in. Let me just find where the vocal is. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, probably find that it only really kicks in about here. Can you see what it's doing?
Sure.
So that's all that's doing is just catching those the transients on some of that. So it's not really compressing the rest, the kind of rest of the stuff. It's just catching the transients. And then what I got after that is I got an LA2A for some, just to smooth. So that's doing a more general. Do you see what I mean? So the one catches the transients and doesn't do much else, and then because it's faster than the LA2A, and then the LA2A just does the sort of kind of more, conventionally kind of, it's just some more of the compression there. So that's what I got on the lead vocal. The other thing I got is I got a kind of a longer delay on it that you can probably let me just try and solo this and you'll get a sense of what's there. Yeah, so it's got quite a lot of length to it.
How did you originally get into music?
Just by being the musician in the band that knew how to to operate all this. Well, so who took an interest in the gear, So started off keyboard player in a band, wanting to join Depeche Mode, and leave. I lived in Zimbabwe. I wanted to leave Zimbabwe and go and I was about I was in a band from about 16. And I just wanted to go to, and Depeche Mode were just kicking off in the 80s. Mid 80s, and I wanted to go to London and try and join Depeche Mode, but it never happened.
Okay.
So I had a bunch of, I've still got a few,
Okay.
keys. That didn't happen, but I played a lot of African music and that sort of stuff, and so it was now sort of kind of introducing more sort of kind of synth stuff into that. And then so I ended up starting to record my band and that, and never sort of lost my love of synthesizers and keyboards and that. And then got into teaching about 6-7 years ago, but I did a lot of time as both a studio engineer and live sound engineer, so going between both. So so that's kind of a long story in a sort of just a few short sentences. And yourself?
I would say pretty similar. Instead of Depeche Mode, I wanted to be an Iron Maiden.
Okay.
So, very similar.
All right, guys. I hope you found that interesting. And I also want to let you know, in the next video I do, I'm going to share some video footage of Ravensea and I working together remotely, because she's still in South Africa. So I wanted to show you a video of us working remotely, how we write the lyrics, how we collaborate on music, and it's definitely some candid behind the scenes footage. And I think you'll find that really interesting. I know, like the bands I love seeing behind the scenes footage and candid shots of them, because you could really get a feel for their personalities and how they create music and the inspiration and everything. So I'll be sending that in the next video I do here on YouTube. But right now I promised that I would play some music from our upcoming album Inferno. So without further delay, let's get into that.